we've obviously gone through that process of going through that onboarding and thinking about, I like what you said about the different DNA of partners. So my question here, where I think that DNA part becomes really important, is thinking about partner journeys for more mature partners than your existing partners, right? Particularly where you've got a leveled program. Any best practices in terms of how you help partners to achieve those specific milestones that they need to achieve in order to move up in terms of that status or level within your partner program?
Yeah, absolutely. And to that poll question, my answer is very effective, right? We use the pivotal function of our partner journey for our partners as they kind of go through their maturity cycle and skill themselves up and become more prevalent in our programs. And if you're able to do the first part right and really have clear steps as you're onboarding new partners, as they mature and they are existing partners, I really believe that continual education, continual development is key. That infinity loop that we saw on that very first slide is absolutely relevant for us. So there's lots of tactics that we use to continue that hunger for more, whether it's gamification, right? And that's something that we do every year when you have partners coming up for recertification or you want to grow their skills. We do absolutely provide incentives for our partners to go out and continue their skill growth. Automation, again, is still key. If you can really put in the pieces correctly, that will guide them through each step, through onboarding in their early infants phase all the way to maturation. And then dashboards, seeing is believing. When a partner can log in and they have clear, beautiful dashboards that kind of show their progress and what they need to achieve to get to that next level is a huge value. But at the end of the day, really it's teaching them how to fish, right? It's, exposing the partners to best practices. We've been in this for a long time as channel leaders. We've seen lots of different style of partners be successful and unfortunately fail. So it's being able to continually share that, have that feedback loop and teaching best practices in areas like pre-sales and how to selling cycles and deal cycles to help them really kind of foster that self-sufficiency. At the end of the day, we really want to drive autonomy with our partners. So the better tools that we can provide for them, the better we can have that self-service atmosphere. Really creates that autonomous environment. So if you can kind of really continually provide quality enablement, allowing your partners a really low barrier of entry to get access to these high quality tools, really drives a great outcome for them as they are maturing through their partnership. And then at the end of the day, partners love recognition, right? So we have things like badges as partners go up in skill sets that they can add on to their partner tier title. So it's not just, are they, platinum, gold, or silver, but they also have things that you can tack on like skill competencies and excellence around delivery. And then we actually recognize those partners yearly on achievements and milestones, whether it's at our show now and next in May or March, or it's social media or newsletters and things like that.
Excellent. I love that, the way you described it as hunger for more. I think I've already used that. I think it's great. Also, totally agree, seeing is believing. And I think that's important both for that journey advancement, but also for that gamification and those incentives, right? If you don't make it visible to the partners, you don't make it very apparent as to what the benefits are to partnering with you and what they would achieve by doing more or getting or achieving more, you lose a lot of that momentum, I think, and it's often underlooked, that area. So yeah, really, really, really great insights. Mark, anything to add to that?
No, I want to echo a couple things that Phil said, though. The ability especially for partners that are more mature, and ability to have different tiers or different paths for these partners to take based on their maturity level or based on their knowledge levels, incredibly important. And the idea of making it self-paced, I think all of that that Phil leaned into, I think, is a really critical part of this as well.
Yeah, I think that self-paced element is absolutely vital, right? It's got to be a personalized experience, I think, and you're going to have different scale within different partners too. And I think we need to be mindful of that. You don't want to overwhelm, so you want to motivate, but you don't necessarily want to overwhelm. So yeah, really great points there. Balaji, any thoughts?
Just one thing that sometimes might be overlooked also, but it's amazing how motivating something is by looking at your dashboard every morning when you get up. So you want your partners getting up every morning thinking about you, and having a simple, easy to read dashboard that shows them where they are and where they need to go is extremely motivating. So I like what Phil said in terms of having those kind of dashboards. Keep it simple, automate the process using channel mechanics, for example, and gamify it as well, right? And you'll find partners to be more and more motivated. So good stuff there, Phil.